mi unyamaza tu, let's say hivyo. Mi unyamaza na kaa tu hivyo, like unakufa kimwanaume.
Men will often like to think of themselves as strong and in control of their emotions. We sought more understanding from the streets of Nairobi just to hear what other men think about this silent killer.
We have so much in our heads, we have so much in our hearts. We have so many things to accomplish. You have a family, as a man you have a bag in your back.
But did you know that men are more likely to commit suicide than women? Data from the World Health Organization shows that out of 421 suicide cases in Kenya in the year 2017, 330 were men. This was mainly contributed by the harmful stereotypes about what it means to be a man. Well, about 10 to 17% of men will develop severe depression at some point in their lives. But depression is more deadly in men compared to women.
No one knows they are unwell when they are mentally unwell. And therefore, men are not different. They generally may not quite know that they are unwell when they are unwell.
Meet Agri Omboki, who is in his mid-30s.
Yes.
He tells me he's a fan of music. In fact, he is a writer by profession. He, however, suffers from depression time and time again.
It's never written on our faces.
His dark past continued to plague his life by the day.
I did do quite a bit of drugs and alcohol back in the day. And yes, that rebellious part of my life was there. Yeah. And after a while, I did come to the realization that I had to change.
At one point in time during the fight against depression, Agri says he experienced mixed emotions that left him completely out of touch with reality.
I began going to work late. I began falling back on my assignments. I began to lose concentration. Sometimes I would be sitting in front of the computer screen and I would sit there for 2 or 3 hours without writing anything.
From the expert's perspective, a man is judged for not being successful as his peers.
We are facing pressure in terms of job loss, in terms of inability to meet your obligations, in terms of you not being able to look after your family.
Being a writer, another of the incidents that brought him down was the Dusit Attack.
I was assigned to write about an attack that occurred in one of the offices at the complex. And as I began to write about it, I found I was writing about my friend who lost his life in the attack. At that point, life began to look like it was useless.
In the recent past, cases of depression and in worst cases suicide have escalated. Agri, who is a family man, sought help from a psychologist.
It's not like an ATM kind of situation where you put in your card and you withdraw funds. So you don't just go there, sit, talk about your problems and they tell you these are the solutions. Yeah. No, you're involved in coming up with a solution.
As a youth, he speaks candidly to men, advising them not to be ashamed of the challenges they face in life.
Find someone to talk about it. Find someone you can have those heart-to-heart conversations with, and someone that will not judge you, someone that will not place you in a certain box and then walk around, waving that box for others to enjoy.
His sentiments being echoed by Caesar Wanjiru, who says despite the challenging times due to COVID-19 pandemic, our general health comes first.
They must adopt better ways of livelihood. They must get into support groups. They must also be able to talk it out and remove it from their chest.
It is clear from the voices of men that we are yet to demystify the stereotyping and phrases of men don't cry and men don't talk out their problems. But is this the way to go? Men have been advised to talk out their problems to avoid issues or circumstances that may lead to mental health. Reporting for K24, my name is Wanjiru Maina.